Tonight on Citrus TV News, breaking news. Syracuse University researchers are taking ICE officials to court over withheld information. We have the full story.
Plus,
it's like new media, basically, and that's what we focus on as well.
One major program is moving from VPA to Newhouse. Find out what.
It's raining outside today, and with April starting tomorrow, I'll let you know if we're going to have some early May flowers instead of more of these April showers. Stay tuned for my full forecast. Your campus news leader, Citrus TV, starts right now.
Now, Citrus TV News live at 6 starts with breaking news.
Syracuse University's Transactional Records Access Clearinghouse is in court with Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Good evening, I'm Jamie Weiss.
And I'm Johnny Oliver. The lawsuit is over detaining information that used to be released to them but now is not.
For 13 years, the university has received information by the Freedom of Information Act that shows if people have been detained by ICE, if they were taken into custody, or if they were deported.
Without this information, TRAC cannot make important comparisons for the public, like how often ICE has taken people into custody, but found it did not have to deport them.
In a statement to Citrus TV News, Susan Long, the co-director of TRAC at the Newhouse School, said, quote, we were in court and have been against ICE. We have been in a series of litigations against ICE for some time now. So it's not new they're resisting information to the public about data they collect. It's disappointing that a law enforcement agency isn't complying with the law.
The information that is being released to TRAC includes gender, nationality, and citizenship of the immigrant, as well as the date the detainee was processed, and to which law enforcement agency it went to.
The university's litigations against ICE for not disclosing the information normally given are being led by Long.
We will continue to bring you new information on this story as it unfolds, and for more information, you can check out CitrusTV.com.
Vice Chancellor Provost Michelle Wheatley announced yesterday that the Bandier program will be moving from the School of Visual and Performing Arts to Newhouse. The move is being accompanied by a generous donation from Martin Bandier himself, as well as the CEO of Sony Music Publishing. The program's name will also change to the Martin Bandier Program for Music Business and Entertainment Industries.
The biggest reason for the switch mainly is that we are more so a media major than we are a major that fits in with VPA. Newhouse is like really known for its adapting, like evolving course options, and like everybody's like, it's like new media basically, and that's what we focus on as well.
The move comes with new opportunities for students looking to study music at the university.
SU recently announced its plans to increase tuition by nearly 4%. Citrus TV News reporter Isha Battu found out what some students have to say.
I honestly haven't heard too much about the tuition increase. I've heard it kind of here and there. I think it would more so depend on what the extra money is going to be going towards.
The university is increasing full-time undergraduate tuition by 3.9% for the upcoming academic year. Although students are not particularly happy about this fact, they hope the money is being put to good use.
Obviously, I'm not totally happy about it, but if the money that, the increase in tuition, if the money is being put to good use, then I'll deal with it.
According to SA President Eric Evangelista, this increase is due to inflation. This is also the second year SU is increasing tuition by nearly 4%. The increase in tuition isn't the only change the university is making. The school is also increasing the amount of money it's giving in financial aid for the upcoming academic year.
Well, I'm personally here on a scholarship, so I think the university does do a pretty decent job. I know a lot of my friends are here on financial aid as well.
The institution will be allocating $225 million for financial aid next year. Currently, tuition is nearly $46,000 for an entire year. Isha Battu, Citrus TV News.
We'll continue to bring you more updates as this story unfolds.
Journalist, author, and activist Sonia Nasario will close out the university lecture season. She's been a journalist for 20 years, and her writing covers immigration, racial discrimination, addiction, and U.S. foreign policy. Forbes named her one of the 40 women who changed the media in the last 40 years. Nasario has also won a Pulitzer and Polk Award. She will speak in Hendricks Chapel next Wednesday at 7:30. And today marked the 100th Annual Army and Air Force ROTC Chancellor's Review. The program is an SU tradition dating back to 1917. Today, the Chancellor awarded, celebrated, and reviewed Army and Air Force ROTC cadets. The event also included awards of distinction and musical performances.
I'm proud to be a part of it because on the 100th year, it shows that what we're doing, our mission is working. If our mission as ROTC didn't work, we wouldn't be here for 100 years. So it goes to show that what we do, the hard work we put in, is really starting to pay off.
A new program will allow you to become a cyber warrior this fall. The College of Engineering and Computer Science and the Office of Veterans and Military Affairs are offering a semester of cyber engineering. The 18-credit semester will allow computer science and computer engineering students to learn to protect against cyber attacks. Students will look at securing systems, analyzing data, and learning to fix system weaknesses. And the 20th annual French colloquium took place in Byrd Library. The event provided opportunities for both undergraduate and graduate students to present and share their research. There will be a concert tonight at 7 p.m. to commemorate the event in the Milton Atrium in the Life Sciences Building. It will be performed by Grammy-nominated Leigh Nobian and is free and open to the public.
Do this afternoon right now is to have a panel, like a round table, even though it's sofas, and have the students talk about their experiences, with taking French courses and what can they do with it afterwards.
April is known as Sexual Assault Awareness Month, which aims to educate people on sexual and relationship violence through empowering programs and events. Hendricks Chapel and the Hall of Languages will be lit up in teal for the month in support of those affected. The Office of Health Promotion will also be giving away teal ribbons that students, faculty, and staff are encouraged to wear. And speaking of April and Sexual Assault Awareness Month, the It's On Us Week of Action starts on Monday and will last through Friday of next week. Students are encouraged to wear teal on Tuesday in support of people who have been victims of sexual and relationship violence. Events are going on throughout the entire week. The national campaign was developed in 2014 and encourages everyone to take initiative to end sexual assault.
The first Syracuse Women's Empowerment Week will also start on Monday and go through next Friday. The initiative for the project is to increase the conversation about wage gaps, gender inequality, discrimination, and the glass ceiling. The project was founded by Bandier Program Senior Aaron Singleton to inspire women in their future careers. And a panel of urban specialists spoke with architecture students late last night. They covered the new development of Los Angeles and new solutions for the modern issues of residents in LA. The panelists also discussed how these issues in LA relate to issues in Syracuse, including increased immigration, diversity in the social makeup of communities, and changes in the middle class. ESF Assistant Professor Lemire Tarrin shared his desires for targeting specific contexts when discussing such issues.
So I hope through the course of the evening, we'll get to talk about some environmental issues and place this in an environmental and ecological context.
Do you remember sleeping at the Dome before you came to Syracuse? Well, admitted students are doing the same thing on Sunday night for Own the Dome. They will be attending the spring reception the next day to talk with professors and students, as well as learn about the campus and curriculums. And also happening this Sunday, CitrusTV and the Daily Orange are co-sponsoring the Student Association presidential debate. The event will be held in the Herg Auditorium in Newhouse and is open to the public. It will also be live on the Orange Television Network, channel 14.1, as well as streamed on CitrusTV.com. If you have a question you'd like to ask the SA presidential candidates, tweet it using the hashtag #SADebate. A flood watch is in effect for most of the weekend as the heavy rain today is creating a risk for flooding throughout upstate New York.
Our weather anchor David Edelstein is here to tell us how long this rain is going to last. David?
Yeah, that's right, Johnny and Jamie. It's definitely rainy outside as April is approaching, and it's definitely raining right now. Right now, it's breezy. It's 38 degrees, but it feels a little bit colder than that because the storm is lowering those temperatures. Take a look ahead now at our current temperatures across the area. To the east, we have temperatures in the high 30s, 39, 37 here, 38 in Syracuse. And then on the west side from Rochester, pretty much to the west of this line, all at 42 degrees, typically warmer since it's underneath the lake. But as we look here at our map, we see a lot of different colors flashing around. Those are different storms and one big storm that's moving through the area, and we'll talk a little bit more about that next.
Up next, David Edelstein will be back with our full weekend forecast.
And what new executive orders Trump is signing. That and more coming up.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Your student government is here to serve you. This Sunday, hear from the presidential candidates themselves as we discuss the Student Association, campus resources, safety, and issues facing the SU community. It's the 2017 SA Debate, sponsored by CitrusTV and the Daily Orange. Live on Sunday, April 2nd at 7 p.m. from Newhouse's Hergenhan Auditorium. Carried on Channel 14.1, the Orange Television Network, and streaming live on CitrusTV.com.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
All right, we're back here looking at this map, this radar. We see a lot of things moving across, but let's just take a closer look into the Syracuse area. Over here, just a lot of different colors. We're going to look mainly, pay attention to the radar legend. We start out with a lot of green and yellow. That's kind of intense rain like we faced today. But moving forward through the day into tomorrow, we see some of those blues and those pinks move in. That's a lot of ice and some snow that we're going to experience. So unfortunately, even though it is spring, the snow has not left us yet. One big storm that's moving across the area that will impact our daily plans. But going ahead, you can tell tomorrow when we wake up, it will be about 34 degrees. It's going to feel like 29, but those storms that we just took a look at, they're going to start thinning out. Again, tomorrow, 41 degrees is going to be the high, 32 the low. The cloud cover is still going to remain, though. Even though the storms are going away, the clouds are still going to be over the majority of the sky. Now, taking a look throughout the day, if you're planning to go places, 9 a.m. 35 degrees, and then noon to 6 p.m. is going to be 38. At about 2 p.m., we're going to have that high of 41. It's going to be calmer winds than it was during the storm, but it's still going to be very wet outside and possibly humid. Taking a look at this chart, we can tell that in April, normally it is very rainy. That's why the phrase, April showers bring May flowers. But this month, we're going to see approximately half an inch more than normal. Typically in April, we have about 3.2 inches of rain. That's about, like today's rain was 0.4, 2/5 of an inch. It's about 10 of today's. Now, what that means for this month with extra precipitation, while the temperatures are staying the same, 37 to 57 degrees. Here, that's about every other day and more rainy, and if not cloudy, only a small portion of that is going to be in this small, clear area. So as we see in our 5-day forecast, the sun is going to be there. It will peer in and out through the clouds, but majority of clouds, we look ahead to Tuesday, that's where the rain's going to be. Saturday again, by 9 a.m., that storm should be moving out. But again, on Wednesday, that is where the storms are going to come back after the Tuesday storm. The temperatures are going to stay about the high 40s and low 50s. It is spring, but we're going to move into April, which typically does face a lot of that precipitation.
Well, David, what I want to know is, looking at that 5-day forecast, you said there's some rain, but all I'm seeing are some sun graphics. So what does that mean? Is there still rain? Is there going to be snow? Or is it up in the air?
Yeah, April is definitely that weird month because it is going to be a lot of rain. Almost every other day, there's going to be some rain. And when it's not fully raining all hard like it was today, with those 0.4 inches of rain, it's going to be drizzling on and off. So you just take that and break it down throughout the days. So the sun will come in, there will be periods of sun, but throughout the next coming weeks, we will really have a lot of that rain coming in.
David, for this weekend, it's starting to warm up a little bit outside, nice enough to spend some time outside, but is the rain going to be able to stop? Are we going to enjoy these warmer temperatures at all?
Yeah, the warmer temperatures are going to be here, but that could provide some of the humidity that we're going to have over the next few days, especially the cloud cover, keeping everything down to the ground. There's not really enough time in between storms to have the rain go away, and so we're going to have those temperatures and the humidity along with it.
Well, thank you so much, David. We'll definitely have to keep an eye on all of our weather coming up. And coming up, a settlement was approved in Trump University's lawsuit. Find out how much they'll have to pay.
And the future for the European Union's relationship with Britain when CitrusTV News returns.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
You're watching Citrus TV News with Johnny Oliver, Jamie Weiss, and David Edelstein with weather. Citrus TV News continues now.
The president signed 2 executive orders today. The orders will reshape U.S. trade policy. Their aim is to bolster U.S. manufacturing and avoid what the president has called abuses of the U.S.'s free trade policy.
These orders are made a week before President Trump is scheduled to meet with the Chinese president. China is the largest source of the American trade deficit, and Press Secretary Sean Spicer says the executive orders will accomplish ending unfair trade practices once and for all.
President Donald Trump is paying $25 million to settle lawsuits over his now non-existent university. He is ending close to 7 years of legal battles with customers who claim they were misled by false promises to succeed in real estate.
The president said he would never settle, but did not have time for a trial after the election. He believes that he would have prevailed and admits to no wrongdoings.
Congressional investigators rejected former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn's offer for immunity today. Flynn offered to cooperate in exchange for immunity from prosecution. Investigators say it's still too early in the investigation to discuss a deal.
Intelligence committees in both the House and the Senate are investigating Russia's meddling with the 2016 presidential election, and President Trump tweeted that Flynn should ask for immunity.
Today, the European Union suggested it would be willing to start talking about the future of its relationship with Britain as early as fall. However, according to EU Council President Donald Tusk, Britain must first agree to pay its bills.
Tusk says this must be done before reaching a new trade relationship. Yesterday, the British government began outlining how it plans on changing the thousands of EU regulations into British laws.
The EU27 does not and will not pursue a punitive approach. Brexit in itself is already punitive enough. After more than 40 years of...
Coming up in sports, Syracuse men's lacrosse has a massive ACC showdown this weekend, while the women's team looks to get back on track after some mid-season turbulence. It's all coming up after the break, so stay with us.
found anywhere. But the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees.
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
Maybe he's really focused.
Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
Have a question you want to hear SA presidential hopefuls answer? Tweet at CitrusTV News with the hashtag SA Debate. Citrus TV and the Daily Orange present the 2017 SA Debate live on Sunday, April 2nd at 7 p.m.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Syracuse's flair for late-game drama has made its way from the hardwood to the turf. Good evening, I'm Matt Ryle. Number 4 ranked SU lacrosse has played 6 straight one-goal games, a program record. That includes last weekend's dramatic overtime victory against Duke. And on Saturday, the Orange could be in for another barn burner as they take on the new number 1 team in the country, Notre Dame. The Irish come into the matchup on a 2-game win streak, but Syracuse knows it's not going to be easy.
They really make you work hard for your goals. So we'd like some transition. The face-offs they're brutal. They have 2 poles all the time in the face-off, and they want to hunt you down and put the ball back down on the ground. And offensively, they've got some great talent. You know, guys like Perkovic up top, you got to be one of the best, if not the best, midfielder in the country.
First draw is slated for 12 p.m. in South Bend. And Gary Gait and the women's lacrosse team hasn't been as fortunate over the last few weeks. They've lost 4 of their last 5 games and 2 straight heading into Sunday's battle against Duke down in North Carolina. The good news is the Blue Devils haven't fared much better of late. They are only 2-5 in their last 7 games, but someone's slump will have to end this weekend, and first draw is slated for 1 p.m. down in Durham. In 2016, Syracuse football defensive lineman Kendall Coleman was one of the 12 true freshmen to see the field. Coleman was also the first freshman to start a season opener on the defensive line for the Orange since 1996. He responded by having 1 sack and 29 tackles in the 12 games that he played in. Dino Babers praised the young player's efforts, but Coleman is already looking forward to his and his unit's improvement in 2017.
Right now, we have more chemistry because of last season, so now we're able to communicate more without actually needing to communicate. We know where guys are going to be at. We know what gaps are going to be covered and what gaps are going to be open, and that's something that we got to keep working on throughout the offseason to make sure we're ready to go for the regular season.
Spring practice rolls on for Dino Babers' squad tomorrow as they get prepared for the spring showcase on April 22nd. And basketball season may be over, but Alexis Peterson hasn't stopped draining threes. Syracuse basketball star senior guard participated in the State Farm College three-point championship on Thursday night. It was a strong showing for Peterson, who sank 12 of her 25 long-distance attempts in the first round to move on to the semifinals. Stewart finished 3rd in the contest, which was being played at Grand Canyon University Arena. And on the ice tonight, we have an Eastern Conference heavyweight battle as the Rangers take on the Penguins at Madison Square Garden. Both teams come into the game slumping, looking to turn things around with the playoffs rapidly approaching. New York has lost 6 of their last 8 games, while Pittsburgh has fallen in 4 straight and will be without Evgeny Malkin and Chris Letang in this one. Puck drop is at 7 p.m. And moving from the NHL to the AHL, The Crunch are back home tonight after a 2-game road trip, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Syracuse takes on Toronto in the first night of a back-to-back series between the two teams. The Crunch and Marlies are both tied atop the North Division standings with 8 games remaining in the season, and game time in that one is set at 7 p.m., guys. So it's a big series for the Crunch this weekend.
Switching back onto the hill, Matt, why has the Syracuse women's lacrosse team been struggling lately? You know,
of late, their offense has really struggled. When their offense has struggled to get going, it really hurts their team. I mean, you look at the game they played just a couple weeks ago. They also played some really good teams. Florida. Yeah, Florida's one of the best teams in the country. Maryland, they're the best team in the country, and it's not even close. So they've had some really high competition of late, but it's really been the struggle of their offense, I think, and the failure to get going early in these games that's really hurt their team. And also, you have a freshman back there as a goalie. She's been improving every game, but still a lot of work to do from her.
All right, thank you, Matt.
Yeah, thank you so much, and we'll be right back after this.
When they test you, stand firm and move only when you hear the seatbelt click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Come on, it's not that hard.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. This is a serious problem, but one we can solve. Visit feedingamerica.org to help. Together we can solve hunger. Together we're feeding America.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the CitrusTV newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at CitrusTV News, your campus news leader.
Our David Edelstein is back with us now. David, there is a lot of rain in the forecast, but what should I be wearing tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow morning we're still going to have the leftover storm from today, so definitely have some rain jackets, your rain boots, anything that's going to keep you dry. Carry your umbrella with you. But after that, late morning into the afternoon, it should just be overcast, some sun coming in and out, so you'll be fine to put that away and let it dry out for the rest of the day.
Perfect. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Coming up tonight on the Orange Television Network, Q's Countdown previews the Orange lacrosse game.
And after that, at 7 p.m. is Syracuse Unpeeled.
And at 7:30, Q's Countdown again. All this on Channel 14.1. Now, Johnny, we've been talking about this all day, but millions of people have been watching this live stream of April the pregnant giraffe. And now zoo officials are saying that everyone should be paying close attention.
Well, the zooner said today on Good Morning America that April progressed significantly overnight and that we are very close to seeing that baby giraffe.
Zookeepers said that the veterinarian has been called into April's stall and that predictions suggest the calf will come today. Do you think it's going to happen?
I don't know. I think it's starting to become a little bit of a case of the boy who cried wolf to me.
Well, we'll have to see what happens, but that is all for Citrus TV News this evening.
Check us out online at CitrusTV.com and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CitrusTV News.
I'm Jamie Weiss.
And I'm Johnny Oliver. Have a great weekend.